Okay, I'm going to look at this game where you played the black pieces and unfortunately you lost in a tactically difficult game. I'm going to mention two things that you can learn from this. First of all is when your opponent does something that seems very ambitious, then you have to do one of two things. Well, actually, you need to do both of them. Firstly, you need to find a way to try to exploit their ambitious moves. And secondly, you need to defend well. And both of these points actually became clear in this game. If we go through the game, I'll just go to the critical parts. Then I'll show you what I meant. Okay, bishop g4, you can play that. I personally probably would have tried a castle sooner, because king safety is very important and you always get into difficult positions if you struggle to castle. So I probably would have played a move like bishop to e7 or bishop to d6 with the idea to be able to castle on the next move. However, bishop g4 is not a mistake. Okay, now this is what I mean with white being very ambitious. Okay, possibly you could consider castling right away. If you castle here right away, then your king would be a lot safer, and also you can probably just win that pawn on the next move, because there isn't really a way for white to effectively defend that pawn. Right, now here's another very ambitious move, g5, and you responded with the right move, knight to e4. Now when your opponent comes with these very ambitious ideas, then you need to find a way to counter it, to exploit his move, and also you need to be careful in your defense. Now actually, at this point, if you have a chess engine, you can check it out and you would see that you had a way to exploit white's position here, and that would have been with the move knight takes g5. Now I'm sure you can see the danger down the g file for the white king, and also your queen can quickly come into the action, attack the h3 pawn. So white would have been in a lot of trouble here if you found the move knight to g5. So when your opponent make these ambitious moves, try to find a way to exploit his move, and often that means that you need to calculate a little deeper. So this move bishop to d6 was a bit not in the spirit of what you should be trying to do. Okay, here your position becomes relatively difficult to play, but you're not lost yet. Everything is still pretty balanced, even though it's very sharp. But this was the losing move. This is pretty much where you lose the game, because you allowed bishop takes, and queen to a6 check, and after that it's just too difficult for black to defend. So a better move to defend here would have been to play the defensive move that at the same time creates this counter-attacking ideas, and queen to d7 would have been a much more solid defense. If black takes on a7, then you can take on h3, and I think black can pretty much force a draw here, probably with a perpetual check, or at least the position is very equal here, because white can't just carry on with his own attack. He also has to be careful of white's counter chances here. Okay, so I think just to summarize, that two things that you can learn from this game is, if your opponent makes these strange ambitious attacks, then you must quickly try to find a counter attack that exploits the very moves he made. For example, in this case, the very moves he made was to expose his own king, and you should try to find a way to, as quickly as possible, exploit that. And then of course the other thing is, in positions like these, you often have to find very accurate defensive moves, and in this position you just made the wrong move here. Queen to e6 was the wrong defense, allowing this white to come in like this, and his attack is too quick. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this game, and enjoy your next one. Cheers.